Greetings, brothers and sisters. What is up? Welcome back to yet another one from us. We're trusting, hoping, and believing that all is well with you. We are coming to you with news from Benin. I think we've reported this news since they began. So Benin and Niger had not been seeing eye to eye for the past few months. I think from 6 months ago, around 6 months now. There were so many disputes when it comes to the relations between the two countries. At some point, they both closed their borders to each other. Each one said, I don't want you in my territory. The other one said, I also don't want you. And then Benin reopened, but Niger maintained its, I don't want you. And they continued to close off their borders from Benin. And so because of that, Benin got really angry and had to cut down the pipeline that they have going through their country, because we know that Niger is a landlocked country and they rely on neighboring countries such as Benin for the export of their minerals, for example, their crude oil. So they had this really major project with China, which was giving them $400 million, which had to transport oil through the pipeline, the Chinese-built pipeline from Niger and through Benin. And when Benin saw that these guys are not complying to the reopening of the borders, they closed off the project and said, we don't want your crude oil passing through our country. You will suffer for what you are doing. So at some point, it was really difficult for the two countries to see eye to eye. And we saw Patrice Talon and Niger's Abdrahman Chiani just minding their own business and not wanting to resolve issues. But luckily, the former president of Benin went to Niger and really had to talk, things through with Niger, and just try to explain that, you know what, you need to understand that Patrice Talon probably is playing for France, so sometimes he has to get orders from, his master. So just for the sake of the Beninese people, maybe we should stop this quarreling and fighting and just work together. Because we saw the port was so empty at some point when Niger was no longer transporting its crude oil. It was so empty. People had to go home. People had to be sacked, guys. There was no job. And since we know that Benin relies on Niger, heavily relies on Niger for activities to be going on in its port. So Niger is quite a big major player in the Beninese economy. And with this, it was not helping any of them, because also Niger relies on Benin to transport its crude oil. Well, for now, because other countries are also perpetuologists, they don't want to work with the AES. So when you get one that is at least closer to you and can open up their port, then it's even better. So both of them were really suffering, but the one who was suffering more was Beninese Patrice Talon and his countrymen. And I think they really had to make him understand that this country is not about you. This country has its own people, and the citizens of this country also need to benefit, from anything. Even if it means relations with neighboring countries, it is benefiting us because we are getting jobs just by Niger bringing their oil through our port. So it's not about you. So you need to swallow your pride and open up. And right now we are seeing Benin and Niger really causing up to each other and saying, you know what, you guys don't have an ambassador in my country. So Niger is like, you guys don't have an ambassador in my country. It's time for you guys to bring an ambassador. Let's make these relations better, easier, official. Let's make things, let's make things work. Anyways, we are neighbors, we are brothers, we are sisters. Let us work together. So this is what is happening. The relations between Niger and Benin continue to strengthen. Indeed, the Nigerian government recently proposed a candidate to fill the post of ambassador to Cotonou. According to the spokesman for the Beninese government, Wilfred Leandre Hombeji, the Nigerian proposal was submitted to the Council of Ministers and received a favorable opinion. All that remains is for the Nigerian authorities to proceed with the official appointment of their diplomatic representative in Benin. So, you see, it seems like these guys they're seeing some benefits from just sitting down and being adults and saying, let's work together. We need each other. We absolutely need each other in this. And there's no way any of us is escaping, because our people are benefiting. And you know that Niger is all about working for its people. So if anything doesn't benefit the Nigerians, Abdrahman Chiani will really have to sit down and rethink his decision. Sometimes he didn't want to get involved. I remember when they had the meeting with the former president of Benin, he was not even part of the meetings. And sometimes he just wants to stay away from it because he sees that there's something that is not going to take my country anyway. Let my guys sort it out. And once it's official, then we can continue working together, because it's pointless to work with somebody who doesn't want to work with you, or somebody who wants to sabotage you. Because Benin was really being a hard-headed coconut head rather in this. And at some point, China had given up. I remember them looking for other countries to work with, them looking for other routes to transport their crude oil, because at some point they were like, let's just forget about this Benin. But I'm just skeptical with Benin still, because once bitten, twice shy. I hope that Abdurrahman Chani will tread carefully, because you cannot trust somebody who has shown you his evil side. You just cannot. And Beninese Patrice Talon has forever been loyal to his masters, to France and Macron and all the leadership of the EU, really. And for this kind of partnership to work, Chani has to really be careful with his government, because at some point we saw them sabotaging even the transporting of their crude oil. At some point they were trying to steal the crude oil from Niger during its transportation, from the port. So you really need to be careful, Abdurrahman Chani, when it comes to this one. General, we trust you that you know what's best for your country, but Patrice Talon, for me, is not to be trusted. He is just not a guy that you can now forget and forgive and move on as if nothing happened. And I hope that these relations will be good relations moving forward. There won't be any hiccups. And if there are, because we can't fail to have hiccups, if there are, there should be something that two men can sit down and solve and, work on issues. And it's not a matter of sabotaging my deal just to show you that you depend on me for you to get your money. So I hope that it's going to be more international relations, because when people are together, of course they will have those hiccups here and there, because we are different people. We can't be operating the same way. We will have our hitches here and there, but we should learn to resolve our issues without being greedy, without being selfish, without taking decisions abruptly, without even thinking, how is it going to affect my people? So that is it, brothers and sisters. Niger and Benin are starting to be the friends that I never anticipated this one, but seems like both of them are now begging each other, hey, bring an ambassador to my country, and I'm also going to bring an ambassador to your country. Let's make things official. Let's work together in a professional manner. So let me know what you think, brothers and sisters, in the comment section down below. If you'd love to support us, we have a Buy Me a Coffee link in the description box down below, and we also have Sahel hats, one going for $50. Please click on the link to check out our online shop, and that is where you can purchase them. You can also send us WhatsApp messages, Telegram messages. The number is on the screen. And please also support us by liking, sharing, subscribing. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.